Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builder Supply, and this video is to bring you a closer look at the Sargent number 13-0074. This is a rim cylinder screw or bolt. It's a screw, I'd call it a screw. This is a 2 1/8 inch screw, which would be typical for use in holding on or retaining a rim cylinder onto a typical 1 3/4 inch thick door. This is a typical breakaway screw. If you're familiar with rim cylinder screws, then you know what that means. You'll be able to lop that off to account for a variety of door thicknesses. However, it's 2 1/8 inch long, so you'll not only have to get through your door, but through the backer, the mounting plate, which is part number 11. There's a link below this video to a product catalog or a cut sheet, whatever we call it. The back plate, you have to get through that, obviously into the cylinder itself. However, being a rim cylinder, it's probably going to be coming into the door quite a bit. So depending on the length of the cylinder, etc., you might be able to get this mounted onto quite a thick door. You can see where those breakaway points are located based on the camera. I wouldn't simply put a wrench on there and just bend it. I would get in there with a small hacksaw and I would carefully trim that to length, is how I do it. I don't, if you bend the tip of the screw, it just doesn't seem to work right or go into the back of the rim cylinder very well. There is a 13-0075, same gizmo, it's just 2 5/8 long. They don't give a range as to what door thickness it's going to work on, but if I was going to guess, I would say that the 0074 would likely work on doors up to about 2 1/4. And probably pushing 3 inch for the 2 5/8 cylinder. Again, it depends on how far that cylinder is going to come into the door for that rim cylinder. Rim cylinder body is probably going to be 1 3/8 long, something in that range, 1 1/4 long. Depending on the trim that you have on the outside. That's what it looks like. Okay. Finally, there is a link below this video to the manufacturer's page where you can pull up not only all of the Sargent products that we sell, but a link to the manufacturer's website, as well as a link to the full product catalog. And also on that page is not only a substantial amount of encyclopedic documentation like parts list, but you will also find some vintage and archival antique catalogs for Sargent dating to the last part of the 19th century and the first part of the 20th century. Very interesting stuff. The name Sargent goes back and is a founding father, so to speak, of American lock sets in New England. That part of the 19th century, the mid-19th century in New England, especially Connecticut, was a birthing place for many of the primary manufacturers that we know of today for American locks and hardware. Any questions on the Sargent 13-0074 rim cylinder screw or any other Sargent product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you.